Joining us now for the third time on my show, it's Donna Stefans. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me again.
So law has been in your family for a really long time, and we're going to be talking about estate planning. And I asked, because you also do elder law, I said, what are we talking about today? You said estate planning, but the celebrity way, or is it the celebrity not way?
It's the celebrity not way.
Okay.
Mistakes.
So what's been happening? Like, what have they been planning that hasn't been going well for them?
Well, I think celebrities and not celebrities, all the rest of us, we don't want to think about doing a will or what happens when we die.
Correct.
All right. And, not the best topic. However, if you don't plan it, your family is left with a major disaster at the end of it all. So it's important for everybody to take responsibility for their plan so that when they are gone, because it will happen to all of us, their families are okay to just be sad and not facing a nightmare. So.
Well, with my youngest now going away to college, Don, I have decided to, they talk about empty nest, but I'm making an empty nest in a different way. I'm making a box for all three of my children. I'm taking everything that belongs to them and I'm shipping it off to them. Why? Because at the end of the day, right, when I'm gone, they're either they first of all need their own stuff back. Second of all, it takes a lot of time and effort to go through somebody's things, right? And the same thing happens with our finances or the homes that we own or the cameras that we have or all the other stuff. It's like what to do with the stuff. Who's been doing it well and who's not been doing it well?
Well, I like talking about some of the famous people in the world who have been in the news for their estate planning nightmares.
Okay, so what's been happening?
Well, who do you want to start with? Do we want to start with Amy Winehouse or Prince?
Let's start with Amy.
Okay.
Okay.
So you would almost see it. She wrote it in her words, right? She said, well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water.
Nice voice, girl.
Right? And I think of all the things that you're doing, but I'm not thinking about my own things.
Right.
So she didn't do a will. She didn't set up her estate. And in the end, that means if you don't have a will, you're called intestate. And your family or whomever gets to go to the court and say, I want it, I want to be in charge, I want to do it. Everybody gets to fight about who gets what and how they get it. If you're silent, the court decides.
Okay. So in her case,
so in her case,
means it could be challenging.
Well, yeah, there's no will.
Okay.
So who knows who Amy wanted her assets to go to?
Got it.
Right? So in that case, it went to her parents. But if you knew the family story, that might not have been her exact wishes. Who knows? We don't know.
And what about Prince?
Well, Prince was similar, only more complicated because, I think he was thinking in his not thinking, he wrote the song too. He said, let's get crazy, let's go nuts. Well, that's what happened when he died.
Okay.
His estate was worth $156 million. $6.4 million went to the IRS because anybody scrambling to take care of his affairs misrepresented to the IRS. His estate got hit with a $6.4 million fine. $3.5 million in attorney's fees. That's just the start. The estate took 6 years, and then in the end, the court decided, again, who gets what and how they get it. 6 years. So not necessary, and it all sprinkled out to his half-siblings.
Yeah.
So
I liked Prince. It's my 40th high school reunion coming up, and I just remember, we did a lot of cheerleading routines, his music and stuff like that. I don't know, I thought he was really talented. And it's a shame when someone that talented goes, because it seems like all of his fans lose, right? But then, you're right, he worked so hard and earned a lot of money, and then just to see it kind of willy-nilly, fly off is not so cool.
I'm more amazed that these people have advisors.
Right.
We all should have advisors.
And how hard is it to do a will? It's not hard if you go call you, right?
Nope,
you know what to do.
It's not that hard at all.
It's not that hard at all. Takes what, 3 hours a time? Maybe 6 hours a time?
Right. Two meetings. It could happen in two meetings.
Two meetings.
Mm-hmm.
2 meetings can make all the difference in the
Right.
world. Any other celebrities that you want to just say,
Yeah, I do.
Hey,
Oh,
you
yeah,
shouldn't have done
because
it that
then
way?
there's the ones that decided they were going to handwrite their will.
Okay. Not okay?
No, that's not okay.
Okay.
Not in New York.
All right.
And so although they didn't live in New York, Thomas Kincaid, the painter,
Yes.
He did not paint a pretty picture.
Whoops.
Oops. Yeah, he wasn't divorced. He left his wife, was waiting to get married to his girlfriend, and died.
Okay. So everything went to the soon-to-be ex-wife, who was still
Well,
really
he
legally
wrote
the wife.
a handwritten called a holographic will that
Okay.
said, "I'm leaving everything to,
Such and
not
such.
not so much to the wife,
Right.
And in the end of the day, the girlfriend and the wife got to have a beautifully heated court battle, very public. That's the other thing. In court, it's public.
Okay.
So everybody got to see, although they respectfully didn't say how it went in the end. But having your wife and your girlfriend fight when you're dead, that's not gotta be fun.
No, and probably nobody wanted his paintbrushes. They just wanted the money.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Who cares about the
Right.
paintbrushes?
But then there was the famous case of Aretha.
okay.
Aretha.
Love Aretha.
I love
And it was
Aretha.
in the sofa,
Yeah.
right?
But all she did is what she did.
Yeah.
And she set up a chain, chain of fools. I mean, what she did was, they thought she didn't have a will.
Right.
So they appointed the cousin to handle it because the 4 sons did not want to handle this. Then they're cleaning out her house and they find a lockbox with a handwritten will that said, one son we're not giving anything to. One son, he gets his portion. The other 2, they're going to get it, but they have to get a business degree or
Okay.
business certificate,
So she wanted to quantify
Right.
and qualify what that was going to be.
Right. She wanted to have a little respect. She wanted to respect it. She wanted them to be able to handle the money.
Okay.
And then they keep looking, and in the couch cushion, they find a piece of paper, a handwritten will saying, just divide it between these 3 sons. And my one son, without the business certificate, didn't even get mentioned that anymore, got an extra $1.1 million home and the T-Bird and the 2 Cadillacs.
Okay.
So you can imagine these boys are fighting.
That's the thing too. If you don't want your children to fight, just write it down. That's it. Just write it down. Get it notarized by 2 people
So
in the state
a
of New York.
properly executed will is signed by the testator in the presence of 2 witnesses, right? Notarized, and they have to be over 18 and have an understanding of who their heirs are.
Okay.
Like dementia and you forgot you have a child, so you don't leave anything to them, can be disputed. But the best way to do this, I think in many occasions, not all, is actually to do a trust that lives today, not when you die.
Okay.
So you take
A
your
living
assets,
trust.
right, a living trust. So you take your assets and you put a layer of instructions on them. That's the trust.
Great.
And it says who gets what and how they get it. And the day you pass away, basically, everything passes. Privately, without court, without thousands and thousands of dollars being spent. And it's usually an easier path. But guess what happened to Michael Jackson?
What?
He did one of these beautiful trusts.
Yes.
Here it is. And then he forgot to fund it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's important as well.
You've got to, so your legal plan
Yes.
has to match your financial plan.
Okay.
And you need to put the pieces together.
Okay. And that's what you do. You help people put the pieces together, have the right system in place so that there is success.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was fun. It's always fun to see you because I know you outside of here as well. We're friends, and this is great. I love what you do. I thought this was a clever, fun way to describe what it is that you do, and hopefully, we can have a little bit of sensibility, right, and not be the celebrities that are doing it wrong. So we all own something. We might as well make it easier for our heirs, or if we don't have any children, leave it to a charity or leave it to somebody, whatever. But just clean up
but
your own
just
stuff.
don't leave it to the court.
Right, don't leave it to the court. There we go. Order in court.
That's right.
I need a gavel. Ba, 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 ba. Order in the court. Hey, I'm Donna Drake. I've been living it up with my other friend Donna. And please take a moment, go to her website for more information. Thanks for watching.